Coming up on OU Nightly, I'll tell you when rain and storm chances will finally be moving out of the area.
Plus, conflict at the Capitol, why the governor vetoed 20 bills this week, and a Sooner makes the first round pick of the NFL draft. This is OU Nightly.
Thanks for watching OU Nightly. I'm Purpura.
And I'm Morgan Martin. We begin tonight with rain chances here in Norman.
Now the round of heavy rain is here and it's at campus as we speak.
We're going to go right over to our OU Nightly meteorologist, Hunter Brittingham. He's live in the studio to walk us through the radar. Hunter.
That's right, ladies. We are currently seeing some heavy rain just to our west, moving into the Oklahoma City metro area. Taking a look closer to campus, we're starting to see those initial showers, even some rumbles of thunder to our northwest make its way across our area. This rain is going to track from west to east over the next several hours, so it could be a pretty wet evening. But coming up in the show, I'm going to tell you when the rain goes away, we're going to see a mild and dry weekend ahead. And I also got your first look at May. All that and more coming up on OU Nightly.
Thanks, Hunter. Oklahoma Governor Kevin Stitt has vetoed 20 of what he calls unrelated bills this week. This comes after the Senate rejected his bills cutting taxes and reforming education. One of the bills he vetoed, getting rid of statewide TV channel OETA. In a press conference today, Stitt responded to critics saying it's outdated. He says he has issues with public funding for some of its programming that, quote, indoctrinates children.
Just overly sexualizes our kids. There's Parents Defend Child Transition on PBS that's being played. There's elevating LGBTQIA2S plus voices. So
the House and the Senate would have to override the veto to keep OETA state funded. Without an override, OETA's contract to be the statewide public broadcaster will end July 1st.
Today, OU Nightly is remembering one of our own, Nick Nair, along with his friends and fellow meteorology students Gavin Short and Drake Brooks, all passed away a year ago today. I talked with the Nair family who is joining us here in Gaylord to celebrate their son's impact.
Hi, my name is Nick Nair, and this is the OU TV Weather Brief.
Nick loved being a meteorologist.
Outgoing, passionate,
and yet at other times very introspective.
It's been 1 year since he, Gavin Short, and Drake Brooks passed away.
We just lived through Nick. And I think that's as what we've seen coming back is we see that all the students are doing the same thing.
Nick's brothers, Kian and Kirshna Nair, who's his twin, say this.
I was talking to someone yesterday, and they told us that, just for him saying hi, it brightened their day.
The three students' presence may not be on campus, but their spirit is.
And the recipient of the Nair Family Scholarship is Coy Taylor.
The Nick Nair Foundation was founded by his parents after the death of their son. It now gives college students, like meteorology student and OU Nightly meteorologist Coy Taylor, a scholarship to help pay for their education.
in the back of my mind, I was thinking about Nick and the legacy and the impact that he left on me.
The College of Atmospheric and Geographic Studies Dean Barry Moore says,
I just think it's extraordinary, and it celebrates the collaboration between journalism and meteorology. And I think the Nairn family saw their son kind of building in that direction. And they have now made it possible for other young men and women to pursue that.
From Gaylord College, I'm Purpura, working with Dakota McDowell Wabakichi, OU Nightly.
The anniversary of his death will be tomorrow, and to remember him, the OU Nightly team is wearing these green ribbons as we're on air. We wear them to honor Nick and the legacy and light he leaves here at OU Nightly.
A local religious nonprofit is helping refugees and asylum seekers find their new home here in Oklahoma City.
I said, what does spell mean to you? He said it's a symbol of hope.
And it was this hope that the Muhuzi family held since coming to Oklahoma as refugees from the Democratic Republic of the Congo in 2008.
Right there I know that Oklahoma is where I belong. So I've been part of Sparrow from the jump.
The Sparrow Project is a religious nonprofit that helps refugees and asylum seekers find their new home in Oklahoma City. That support includes English language classes for both kids and adults, plus connecting them with the community. These programs forging lifelong connections between both refugees and volunteers.
It's like, oh, like Abby likes coffee, and I'll go over to their house and then they'll make a point to like make me iced coffee. I feel like emotional about it.
For Sparrow's adult education specialist, Abby Kane, her journey with the nonprofit started when she was a college student at OSU. As a former intern, she says other students should have the same experience.
I think having that experience can like influence somebody's future. People are bound to be connected with somebody who has like that in their family's history or their personal history.
Sparrow is not only an opportunity for volunteers to learn and work with different backgrounds, but also an integral process for those hoping to settle here.
Having like Sparrow in Oklahoma City is such a big deal because people can be very, very lost if they don't have like that kind of support. I don't think there is a better place than Sparrow Project for me.
No matter where you're from, the Sparrow Project believes anyone can find a home here in Oklahoma. Reporting from Oklahoma City, Kaylee Fan, OU Nightly. The organization is accepting interns and volunteers of any major. Check out their website for more on how you can get involved.
Former Vice President Mike Pence is testifying.
What that means for the investigation of the aftermath of the 2020 election.
And one governor is cracking down on guns.
We'll tell you what the new laws could change.
A deadly Russian attack on civilians in Ukraine, miles from the front line. Victoria Anderson has that and the rest of today's national headlines from the News Center. Victoria.
A missile and drone attack in Ukraine, leaving at least 23 dead. Russia firing more than 20 missiles, 2 striking a Ukrainian apartment complex early this morning. Ukrainian Air Force intercepting 11 of the missiles targeting the capital of Kyiv. Shortly after the attack, Russian Defense Ministry posted a missile launch photo on social media with the caption, "Right on target." Former Vice President Mike Pence testifying before a federal grand jury investigating Trump's alleged attempt to overturn the 2020 election. Just this week, Pence gave a first-person account of the events leading up to the January 6th insurrection. Even with the trial going on, Pence still hinting at running against his former boss, Trump, for a 2024 bid. And Colorado governor signing 4 new gun control bills today. This comes months after a deadly mass shooting at a queer nightclub in Colorado Springs. Legislation includes raising the age to own a gun from 18 to 21 and adding a 3-day waiting period before purchasing and receiving the gun. Gun rights organizations already suing to reverse certain measures, replicating similar lawsuits nationwide. And in red states Nebraska and South Carolina, lawmakers failing to get enough votes to pass abortion bans. Pepper Morgan.
Thank you, Victoria. Coming up, an Oklahoma City arts tradition continues into the weekend.
Find out what you need to know about the festival when we come back.
And the showers are here. Hunter, what's it looking like outside?
Yeah, ladies, we're starting to see those dreary clouds fill our south oval. We've got rain on the way. I've got all that and more coming up. Welcome back to OU Nightly. Thank you so much for joining us. We've got gray skies filling our south oval right now with rain on the way. We are starting to see those rain showers move in. We're sitting at 55 degrees right now under a cloudy sky. West-northwest winds, though, keeping it very chilly at 21 miles per hour. But taking a look at our current temperatures across Norman and the Oklahoma City metro, we're all sitting in the 50s, even a few low 50s and even 49 for El Reno right now. So we are seeing some chilly air on the way. That's due to a cold front working its way through with this rainfall. So behind the front, we're seeing those temperatures only in the 50s right now. Out ahead of the front, 60s, even 72 down in Idabel. So we are seeing quite a temperature spread across the Sooner State at this hour. But taking a look at the week ahead, we are really going to be below average heading into the day tomorrow and into Sunday and Monday. By the time May 1st rolls around, we'll be right around average. Our average is just about 74 for this time of year, and we're going to be above that heading into the end of the first week of May. Now, taking a look at our current big picture, we are sitting under a lot of clouds right now, some severe storms firing down to our south, down in Texas, where they're under an enhanced risk for severe storms. But here across the metro area, we are starting to see those heavier showers and storms push in from our west. They're coming from west to east, and so that is going to make some rainy conditions over the next several hours. Make sure you plan accordingly. Grab that umbrella or rain jacket if you need to. Now, this map is pretty important because all across Norman, we've been seeing very dry conditions, and even out in the Panhandle, this is very impressive. We've only gone one day since a 1/4 inch of rainfall. Before this rainmaker came through, we were seeing upwards of 6 to 7 months without measurable rain out there. So we're all seeing a good dousing of rain from the system. Now, for tonight, we do need to look at the flooding risk. We're not going to be impacted by Norman as much with the flooding tonight as we were earlier in the week, where we had some localized flooding on campus, but that's going to push farther southeast as we head into the next several hours. But for tonight, we are going to be seeing still that slight risk for seeing some showers and storms fire. We will start to see the rain really intensify as we head throughout the remainder of the evening and into the overnight, especially for southeastern Oklahoma. But the rain has been good because it has been lowering our allergy indices, so grass, tree, and mold are all very low for right now, which is great for allergy sufferers. But for tonight, we are going to see that cold front continue to push its way through 40s and 30s behind the front. But heading into the day tomorrow, we've got quite a mild warm-up coming in 60s and 70s all across the board. Now, we are going to be seeing those rainy conditions come to an end as we head throughout the weekend, and more rain as we head into the first part of May. But ladies, it's looking to be really great for all the festivities going on in Norman this weekend. Couldn't ask for better weather.
I'm happy to hear it. We're rolling into festival season, so I know we have Fill the Stadium happening, the Norman Music Festival. So for all the concert goers, I'm happy to hear it's going to be dry out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and hopefully it'll be dry here forward. I'm ready for warm weather to be here.
Absolutely.
It's on the way.
All right.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you, Hunter. And the Oklahoma City Festival of Arts continues into this weekend. OU Nightly's Donovan England brings us some of the sights and sounds.
The festival has been an OKC tradition since 1967, celebrating visual and performing arts with the community.
Various artists will gather together in downtown for the Rite of Spring.
Head to Bicentennial Park this weekend to enjoy the fun through Sunday at 6 p.m. The festival also reminding the community to leave your pets at home this time.
There's, so much going on here in Norman between all these festivals. I'm going to have to try and find my way out to at least one of them this weekend.
Absolutely. I've never been, so hopefully I can find my way to Oklahoma City, weather permitting. But yeah, exciting.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for watching OU Nightly, and don't go anywhere because Big Friday Sports is up next with more on one former Sooner making it big time in the NFL draft.
Kenzie, Iserman, and Addison Arthur tell us about the first-round pick and more after the break.
Hello and welcome to Big Friday Sports. I'm Addison Arthur.
And I'm Kenzie Iserman. We have a lot to cover for our last show of the semester, so let's dive in. Dreams came true last night at the NFL draft for one special Sooner.
Former OU offensive lineman Anton Harrison was drafted by the Jaguars in the first round, going 27th overall.
In case you missed it, here's how he reacted to the big moment.
I'm excited. I appreciate it. Yes, sir.
The American Indian Athletic Hall of Fame is celebrating its 50th anniversary this year, and the Sooners have a familiar face being inducted.
Former Sooner Sam Bradford, along with fellow native Oklahoman Johnny Bench, are being honored at this event. Bradford is a part of the Cherokee Nation, and Bench is Choctaw.
This event takes place tonight at the First American Museum in Oklahoma City. And another one bites the dust. The Sooners have another player entering the transfer portal as of today.
Damian Harmon is an Oklahoma native and played in 18 games, had 22 tackles in 2 seasons with the Sooners. OU now officially has a total of 4 players in the portal.
Some know him as an actor, some know him because of his hair, but Sooner fans know him for his time in a crimson and cream jersey. I sat down exclusively with Brian the Boz to find out what Oklahoma means to him. There's plenty of things that come to mind when you hear the Boz. He's considered one of the best linebackers in college football history and a 2-time Butkus Award winner. 36 years removed from his final season at OU, Brian Bosworth came back to his roots for the Sooner spring game and reflected on his time spent here in Norman.
But having such great success while I was here with the number of friends that I made that were on the team, where there were so many superstars on both sides of the ball, it just created, just the most fantastic memories, It is the highlight of my life.
Many know the name Russell Westbrook and the king himself, Barry Switzer, here in Oklahoma. And standing alongside them on this mural in Campus Corner is the Boz himself, still making an impact on Sooner fans to this day.
It's home, it's home, it's family. A lot of great friends are here. Being able to play for Coach Switzer, knowing he's still around, his influence, the way he treats his players.
Bosworth played for the legendary Barry Switzer, but now Brent Venables leads the program, and the legend has his thoughts on where OU is headed.
But you never know, and that's a great thing about college football. Sometimes stars are born when they first get here, and they are motivated and they are hungry, and then they find a chemistry together. And that's one thing that Coach Venables is very good about, is creating an inward family chemistry where they all fight for each other. So
Bosworth had 2 indescribable seasons where he led his team in the most tackles and finished his career at OU with more than 400 total tackles. Eventually, all good things must come to an end, but the Boz will forever be remembered here at OU. Addison Arthur, OU Nightly.
Addison, what a special story you got to cover. What was it like sitting down with Brian?
It was honestly such a surreal experience. Growing up, you hear how good he was. Everybody tells you about the Boz. Obviously, we weren't alive when he played, but just watching those videos and seeing him, it was a really cool experience, and how humble he is now. And yeah, I really enjoyed that story.
Absolutely. On the mound, both softball and baseball wrapped up their games against KU.
And we'll introduce you to Oklahoma's newest professional sports team. Stick around.
Welcome back to Big Friday Sports. If you are heading out for Sooner softball against Kansas, 2 p.m. for tomorrow and 1 p.m. on Sunday is first pitch against Kansas. Gorgeous weather for a few dubs out there this weekend. 63 degrees for your day on Saturday, 66 under a partly cloudy sky on Sunday. Some north-northwest winds at a 16 miles per hour, but all in all, a great weekend for some Sooner softball, so make sure you get out and enjoy it. And as we wrap up the end of April, 60s all across the weekend. First day of May is sitting at 69 degrees under a mostly cloudy sky. We'll start to see some rain chances start to work their way in by the middle part of next week. But all in all, make sure you get out and enjoy it, because we are going to be warming things back up across central and southern Oklahoma, 70s, even 80s by the end of next week. Ladies, back to you.
Thanks, Hunter. And OU baseball kicks off the weekend with a 3-game series against Kansas right here in Norman.
In the bottom of the 4th inning, Bryce Madron hits deep into right center field. Then Kendrell Pettis hits a lead-off triple right off the wall. Later in the inning, John Spikerman hits in with a single.
The Jayhawks were too much for OU, with Kansas winning 8-2.
As for the Sooners softball team, they also took on Rock Chalk Jayhawks.
And Jordy Ball can do it all. Here she is hitting a walk-off single to give OU a 8-0 run rule win in 5 innings. This makes 23 run rule wins this season.
The series with Kansas will continue tomorrow and Sunday at 2 p.m. Oklahoma City has a brand new pro sports team, and Sparks flew at their draft. Our own Stone Weber has more on how the Spark are ramping up for their first season.
With the first overall pick in the 2023 WPF draft, the Oklahoma City Sparks select Alex Storako from the University of Oklahoma.
From #1 in the country to #1 overall, Alex Storako is the first overall pick in the 2023 WPF draft. She'll join former Sooners Kaylani Ricketts and Jocelyn Allo as a member of the OKC Spark. But Storako wasn't the only Sooner drafted tonight. Haley Lee will join Alex Storako as a member of the Spark, and Grace Lyons is heading to Austin to play for the Texas Smoke. To OKC Spark owner Tina Floyd, keeping players from Oklahoma is crucial.
It's huge in the Spark moving forward and just creating the Spark brand and who we want to be. To have local players allows Oklahoma to have buy-in to what we're putting out on the field, and that's imperative for us moving forward.
Floyd's message to fans is simple.
That you can come see a game this summer, whether you want to sit in a preferred seating and have all the bells and whistles, or you just want to come out to the ballpark and eat a hot dog and watch some girls hit some home runs and win. It's very affordable. We're going to put the best team on the field. We want to win. We're going to win. And it's going to be good family entertainment.
The Sparks' first game is on Thursday, June 15th at 7 p.m. Reporting from the Yale Theater in Oklahoma City, Stone Weber, OU Nightly.
And some familiar Sooners shined on Thursday night in the NBA playoffs. Trae Young had 30 points for the Hawks, but only 5 in the second half, but that wasn't enough to seal the deal, and the Hawks ended up losing the series. The Celtics will continue on to round 2.
And in the City of Angels, Austin Reeves was a playmaker for the Lakers. Here he passes off to LeBron James, and he also took matters into his own hands, hitting this 3, but the Memphis Grizzlies won 116-99. Thank you for tuning in to Big Friday Sports this Friday and all semester long.
This is our final show of the semester. We'll see you again next semester.
Good night.